Hey, Kowalsky here. Welcome back to the last episode of Suffering with me in a tournament. Okay, well let's not prolong it anymore. As you can see, the opponents were good, mediocre, and bad. This one is actually mediocre. I didn't put them in order because I think it sounds good, better if you put it from like best to worst. Doesn't matter. What matters is that we played an exchange Karo Khan, and here, after playing some moves of theory, I decided to play h6, and then my opponent went out of book, and here we transposed to a game where queen to c7 was played, but I play a6, and after 95 queen c7, this position is just better for white here. I decided to take, and here he's just completely winning. After 13 moves, my opponent is officially completely winning. I have nothing that I can do here. After he plays the move bishop takes h6, and I take him back. And keep in mind, this opponent is like, I think 1200, something like that. He's again a kid, and I saw him easily lose in another round, so I'm just super confident. But what am I doing here? It's just queen f4. How am I defending the pawn? King g7. Okay, I don't get it. Rook e3, and that's it. It's GG's. Okay, knight c takes on e5. Rook g3 check. Okay, I block. Queen takes on c7. Oops, I lose the queen. And if I don't block, let's say I move back, it's made in one. I'm lost. After 30 moves, I'm lost. My opponent takes the knight, and now I'm back in the game. But not for long, as I just blundered this anyway. And here I play e5 out of just pittiness, and here bishop f4 takes here. I played blitz up until this point, legit blitz. no regard for the clock. I have 57 minutes, and it's only now after 20 moves that I begin to actually think about the game. Bishop e6, bishop to f5, and I managed to get a trade. Rook b8, b3, and here I just played rook b5, completely mindless, absent again. This is mate, so I'm forced to take. Position is +7. My opponent is completely winning. He goes for the check. He sees the way through. He's completely winning. I just try to go back. I scramble desperately. He's still completely winning. He's up a pawn, but there's no way for me to stop the h pawn. He just has to push it, and he starts pushing it. Okay, I get this, and now he checks me. King e5 is the best move, but I just played this, now completely losing the game. I missed king g3. I thought, we just make queens, and then maybe I'm holding this endgame. Maybe I'm holding the same, which is holdable. This should be a draw. It's very high word to say should be a draw. Maybe queen d6 check. I've calculated g3, and now maybe you could try something like this, but it's just way too risky. Like suppose you lose this, and you cannot even take here nor here. This is just losing, so you have to be very careful in this variation. But just king g3, and now I try to once again trick him, because if he pushes now, I thought that I just have this, and then he cannot take because I just make a queen. But the problem with this variation was that the pawn just goes, and if I try to push, then he just goes here, and that's it. But apparently he was scared. And after f5, he went king f4. I went here, and I wanted to see him make a queen, and then I wanted to resign. He played b4, and he went to the bathroom. He had about 13 minutes left, I think, at this point. And I just decided to play the move king d5. And after he came from the bathroom, he played the move a4, and now the position is a draw. When I saw this, I was going mad crazy. I was actually laughing. I was holding my laugh. I was going I was so happy. But it's not like happiness in the real sense. Like I've just achieved something. No, it's just like I've gotten lucky. Like when you when you learn only for like one thing in a test, and then it's actually that thing that you get on the test, and you know it perfectly. You're not happy because you know it. You're happy because you just got very, very lucky. I played king c4, and here, by the way, the win is so simple. It doesn't require any calculation. It's just push. It's just push. But you d3, you don't care, right? King c4, now you just push. Now it's too late. You just go here, right? You have one more move. Have one more move, and then you queen with check, and that's it. I mean, you go queen c8. I mean, I cannot queen anymore, and if this I take, you take a4, and then he just completely loses it, and here we agree to a draw here. Granted, I could have maybe played this a little bit longer. Like, for example, I could have gotten him into this situation, and now wait, no, okay, not trade. I'm still down a pawn, but the crazy situation is I cannot ever take, because if check happens, I'm just dead lost. So I just gotta keep on checking him. Let's say queen d3, maybe king e1, and then he's also gotta be careful not to go here, because now he gets queen f1. Let's say king back to d2, but now he loses this pawn with check, and then right, you know, he's gonna lose. Or can I do this? Yeah, probably. And then he loses this pawn with check, and now he's actually losing. So he's gotta be very, 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 very careful. But I just decided, maybe out of respect for the game itself, not to continue and try to win this. Although maybe sometimes you shouldn't have respect for the game, nor for your opponent, and I should have just maybe continued here and just tried to completely bully my opponent. But I didn't. We agreed to a draw, and I think that for this game, I mean, the draw is more than I could have ever dreamed of. The next game is just a mad battle played against a kid, right? This is a 30 move affair, 28 moves affair. This is just crazy. I went for the King's Gambit. I don't ever play this. He just completely went crazy in the opening, not playing anything good. Here I just achieved a completely winning position after about 13 moves, and then I managed to blunder it, because here I saw this, but I was like, oh well, I'm just gonna be fine here. I'm just gonna return with my knight, and I'm just gonna be fine. Well, look, turns out I'm not fine here. I'm just actually losing, because nobody cares about this. You're losing this pawn, and so nobody cares about your other pawns. Like, let's say this, you just lose the pawn, right? Maybe here you lose the knight. So okay, this, right, rook c1, okay, you lose this, you take, now you're down to pawns. Okay, now you're down a pawn, but you're down to pawns again. It's just I mean, you go back here, maybe b5, but you're still lost. I feel so stupid, like you're just lost. Your opponent literally has to play moves, and you're lost. You cannot do anything. But instead, he plays bishop c4, and now I'm completely winning. But I miss it. I mean, bishop c6 would have been just a guaranteed win, because I just win the piece. Alright, queen e2 check, and I just win the piece. That's why you do your tactics, but I didn't see that. And now the game is actually back to winning, but not by force. Here I just managed to why didn't I take the rook? I will never ever understand. Maybe I was scared of check. Doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm just gonna move forward, and then right, somehow I still got a winning position. By the way, now I'm just dead. No, right now, where is it? I was another moment where I was just in a dead draw. Yeah, here I was in a dead draw. I remember this now. I remember this. Here, after queen takes, bishop takes, rook takes b2, and this is just a dead draw. I mean, not a dead draw. There's still a lot of play left, but it's supposed to be a draw. Bishop d7, and whether that's bishop e7. I'm just reading everything wrong. Bishop d7. You're attacking the knight, but now bishop back to a6, and this is the line, because you take the knight, but now you lose your knight, and then you go rook c1, defending this crucial pawn that's barely holding your position together. And now you just play a move like anything, rook e7 for example, and rook a5. You maybe take, you maybe take, and this is just a dead draw. Now opposite color bishops, you're even down a pawn, so your hopes of winning are insanely low. Like rook d8, okay, you just take the pawn. Okay, now it's equal material, but okay, nothing. Instead of that, I get lucky. He plays f6. I play g4, which is a complete blunder here. Bishop f4 wins the game on the spot once again. Because if you try g5, kicking the bishop, I would just take bishop g7. Okay, you take the pawn now, but now g4, and you're just done. Because bishop a6 and the whole deal doesn't work anymore. Because now I just take your knight, and after you take my knight, I just get d6, and this should be winning for white. This should be winning for white. So g4, and luckily here he completely missed the fact that he can take and then go bishop a6 or bishop b5, even better. And here, right, he would have been down a pawn, but this is completely holdable now, completely holdable. Attacking 2 pawns would have snaked in, but this is not enough here, not enough to win. Here he just simply forgot about his bishops hanging, and then he resigned. That was weird. I mean, that was just weird. That was insanely weird. And that brings me to my last round that I could have made like a different video about, but I don't really feel like it. Let's just get over with already. And I'm playing with the black pieces. He plays in English. I tried to go for this variation with bishop c5. There have been a lot of games played, and I kind of had a little bit of theory here. Knight e7 is a move in this position, and I played it. But the only game that was ever played in this fashion ended up winning for white, and he plays a3, and now I am able to just retaliate. Here I desperately wanted to play c6, and I don't know why I didn't do it this, like in this moment, because I was b4. Why are you even scared of b4, right? Just go bishop b6, and now c6 is just a permanent stopper of white's forces. But I just went a5 here, like a dumbass again. And here there was a game that continued d4. There's actually 2 games here. Both of them continue bishop e7, and they actually turn out fine for black. Actually, if my opponent would have played b4, there is a game played between some grandmasters, not just some grandmasters, but between Matlakov and Narayan. In 2019 December. Here apparently c6 is the top continuation that Narayanan used to beat Matlakov, and Matlakov is not it's 2700, and it's not somebody that you easily mess with. But instead, after d4 I just took, and now I'm just losing. I'm just completely losing, because bishop g5, and then he played it, and I realized, and that's it, I'm lost. If I go knight g6, then he goes here, and then what am I gonna do? Bishop e6, okay, takes. I see bishop takes, and then takes. That's it, I'm lost, right? So instead of that, I try to go for some counterplay-ish style again. I play 98, allowing 95, but going f6. And actually, this whole strategy paid off in the end, because here a4 is not the best move. It's actually a very, very bad move. And I got this, like I got some counterplay. This is actually losing. I don't know how my opponent didn't beat me here. He actually offered me a draw. He actually offered me a draw here after I played 98. He actually didn't want to play. He wanted a draw. But I said, okay, let's play on a little bit more, and then I just got a completely losing position. I'm down 2 pawns here, and again, I don't know how he managed to lose this. He played all the right moves, knight c4, bishop c6, and then here he cracked. He played bishop takes a4. d5 is just so savage, because now all you do is just put pressure, and the rook is lost, right? You're forced to give up your rook, and now you even get this, or if this, you still get this. Like, it's the same thing. And then, right, you're in a bad position, because if you try to maybe go for this, you get rook c5. Okay, let's say this, but then you trade, and rook c8, you come here, rook c7, you go king e7, and now just knight d4. You're attacking the bishop. This is a bishop d1, but I mean, you're just winning here. Bishop g4, bishop h5, doesn't matter. You go back, bishop d1, you go knight c2. That's it. I mean, you're losing. You're losing. There's no way. There's no point in playing this out. But he took the pawn, and then very relaxed, I managed to just get a draw here. There even was a trick for me. Like here, if he goes rook a1, I mean, I would have taken, and then it's a draw still. But here, if he played something weird, like let's say a4, I would have gotten knight d2, and then here, let's say he plays this, I just get to check, and I'm winning because I'm winning the rook, right? I'm winning the rook here, and then I'm winning the rook. But of course, he didn't fall for that. He was about to beat me. It was not like he was about to fall for that. So in the end, we managed to just here just repeat moves, and we made a draw. That was the tournament. 4 out of 7. One of the worst tournaments of my recent history. Definitely not comparable with the other tournament that I played this summer, and definitely very, very, very disappointing. So yeah, what can I say? I'll go into the next tournament with my head a little bit more focused, a little bit more on the topic. Or I have to win the tournament. I have the tunnel vision for the win. And I just have to be more focused, and maybe I'll win. Who knows? That was it. Again, I'm probably gonna do another video discussing all of this in the future. But for now, I mean that's all. That's all I wanted to say. Let's just get this over with. Kowalsky out.